And there are other moments, like, there's this fun scene where, they have these pigs. I know it sounds stupid, but, they're trying to catch them, and, for whatever reason, they kind of know, but they don't quite know. And they catch them, they're having fun with each other. But then later on, they're showing a reel. And the reel is supposed to be like, how the town bomb blast, they blow away a bus that they had out there in a house. But what wasn't supposed to be on the reel is what happened to those pigs. It's not graphic. It's not like blood and guts. It's not, and I'm glad they didn't do that way. I like blood and guts in movies. I like makeup effects. But it's a low-key movie, and it's that sort of black and white type where you can really see the force. And I guess the animals are put in these sort of little containers, and like the force of the blast is blowing them, and you can sort of see like the black silhouette of the animals, and you hear them squealing and screaming in pain. And like previously, the soldiers were laughing about, oh, well, this bus gets blown. It's like, oh, I guess the kids won't go to school today. But when they see that, and again, the reel wasn't supposed to be there, the soldiers are dead quiet. The looks on their faces, some of them are glassy-eyed. It's not tears, again, that'd be hammy and over the top. But just the look on their faces, and they're sort of looking at each other and hearing and just watching this go on. And again, it's not graphic. It didn't need to be graphic. It just it's hard to describe, but it's done really well, effective. And again, a great part is at the end where they're left in the desert, and they're walking, and Emilio sort of goes to Joe Pantoliano and goes, "Where are the trenches? I don't see the trenches. Do you?" And Joe's like, "No, I don't either." And right then, oh shit, it's a good build-up. And they're sort of like, what are we going to do? And even before that, there's a scene right here. They actually do this scene in the movie where they have a blast, and okay, soldiers, stand up and turn, and they're supposed to walk towards it. And the way it looked, whereas soldiers, you see the soldiers walking, and then you see like the mushroom cloud, and the way it's done, it looks pretty good, and it's pretty eerie, just the idea. And it just makes you think about the subject matter and how this happened in real life. And in fact, at the last shot of the movie is actually some old footage of some of the soldiers this happening to them, where the blast, and they'll look in, and they're right there in those ditches and stuff. And I don't know if this is going to be a two-part review or whatever. A lot of times I always go on and on, but the thing with Nightbreaker, that's kind of why I was interested in it. The subject matter, the eerie moments, good acting by Emilio Estevez and Martin Sheen especially. I like Joe Pantoliano, James Marshall. A lot of people did a good job. Eerie score, but those moments. It's a build-up. It's more of it's a drama first and foremost. It's not a thriller. It's not an action movie at all. There's no gunplay. It's not a thriller like, okay, there's bad government agents trying to shut Martin Sheen up from telling the truth, or it's nothing like that at all. The last shot of the movie, which I'm going to say in case people are like, well, because again, this is probably a movie people might not know. So the ending is basically Joe Pantoliano tells all the soldiers to get in the dirt, and Emilio Estevez runs off trying to find a ditch, for all the guys. And then there's this big like rock formation sort of thing where he hides behind and tells Joe Pantoliano, "Hey, hide with me. There's enough room." I guess Joe goes, "There's not," and the blast explodes, and Joe gets sort of thrown back, and Emilio Estevez is trying to help him, grab him. And then it's a little bit after, and you can tell Joe Pantoliano he's out of it. He's trying to do the answer the questions that Emilio gives, and he's barely doing it. And it cuts back to Martin Sheen accepting his award, and then talking about when he's giving a speech about what happened. And he sees the guy from 30 years ago in the wheelchair and starts talking about his experience. And then it cuts back to Emilio, packing up his stuff and leaving, and once again these colonel army guys basically telling a new group of soldiers, oh yeah, this atomic thing, you know what, all you have to do is get in the ditch and you guys will be fine, and Mother Earth really helps you against heat and all this other stuff. It'll really help you with radiation. And Emilio just stands there and just like, just can't believe it, can't believe this actually happened. And then it has the rough footage of actual soldiers being there in the ditches, and then it ends. So it's not a thriller, it's not an action movie. It's an interesting drama that, that phrase people go, it's worth one watch. It's a movie that's worth one watch, Nightbreaker. It's worth a watch for the performances, for the subject matter, for some eerie scenes. Again, production value, it's a made-for-TV movie from the 80s. But, I don't know, for 88 cents, it was well worth the purchase. And it's an interesting movie. It's if you want to see a drama, if the subject matter and the actors gives you any interest, definitely give it a try. So this is Matt, aka Ramble Rat for Life, signing off, and that is Nightbreaker. It's worth a watch. So thanks for watching, and take care. Later.